Hey there, fellow astronauts. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts. Episode 20, Rebuilding a Ship Piece by Piece.
Alright, I'm 16 kilometers away. Oh, God. Why no alarm? I'm 3 kilometers away. I didn't get any alert. Because I'm probably not linked to the nav. Okay, so I'm going to slow down time real slow. And 2G stop myself. So that I'm not at really risk for crashing. I just was coming in hotter than I had intended. And I got closer than I thought I would. What I could do is I can hit match speed. That's a good way to throw the brakes on without having to think about it. Okay. Alright, now let's go for the park. Come on. Oh, right, yeah. Slow down time. So I had more time to act. Let's go. Let me dock. Oh my god. Is it really just gonna make me wait forever? Alright, I'm gonna match speed to play it safe. Because the Medican Trooper is like, not responding. Because I think I'm requesting docking permissions from myself, which is a little odd. Alright, so now I'm 800 meters away and not moving in relation to the Medican Trooper at all. Waiting for response? No, can you just... Let me dock, please? Do I have to switch characters? What's going on here? You also are not auto-tasking. Have you not been working this whole time? Shame. How do I give permission to dock? I don't think I need to give permission to dock. Also, where's my PDA? Did I sell? I sold it. That's... How did I even... Wait, how is that possible? How did I call the ferry without one? I don't know. I'm not getting docking permission, which is really strange. Initiate forced docking procedure. Yes? If it's forced... Someone now has all my secrets? That's okay. I'm 13 minutes for a ferry. I'm thinking, like, for some reason or another, because I'm the owner, I'm like I'm having my crew member ask me, my own person, for permission to dock, which is like super awkward. Yeah, this might be a case for saving and loading. I'm gonna try one more time, but I think that's what I need to do. Because I'm not getting any, like, ship stat, like, it's not doing anything. So let's do a save and load. Can the ship even respond? It has no console of power? Yeah, I've been doing that all night long. Docking with derelicts. Because there is no response. I think the issue might be, if I was to speculate, because I'm on it, it's not unmanned or whatever, so it's a different answer, and I might need to wait for a ferry to, like, bring me from the derelict ship back to my primary ship, so that the derelict ship is empty, and then I can dock with it. We'll see.
Juliet India approach. This is Mike 2634 requesting IFR advisory.
That would only take me 13 minutes of fast-forwarded time, so it would take me 1 minute to figure out, plus like a $600 ferry bill, which is like nothing. But yeah, I have docked with crew on it. That is not an issue. So I think this is just either I'm missing something or it's a bug. Which is a pretty big umbrella to cast. Oh, don't be sorry. Yeah. The derelict ships you dock with don't need power. They don't need crew. They don't need nav. They just need an airlock. Them's the rules. Let's try this again. Medic Trooper. No, saving alone didn't seem to help. Force dock. Didn't seem to help. Let me see if, yeah, there's no debug option. Alright, well, we'll do the long way. So in 13 minutes, I'll be able to ferry from one ship to the other in the most stupidest ferry ever. And then I should have no issues. So I'm just fast forwarding these 10 minutes. I mean, obviously. At least I'm repairing stuff while I'm waiting. Because this ship is beat to hell. So there's a lot to repair. I do know where the ship is, obviously. It was just in the shadow of the planet the whole time. So this wouldn't have been an issue if both my crew were on the other ship. So I'm just getting back there. I just used this to try to locate it, and it didn't help the way I thought it would. Ah! That was awkward. Okay. Now, as me as captain... Shut up. It's an uncontrolled vessel, so I'm not expecting a response. And it's no problem. I think it was just because I was on it, it thought it was controlled, and it was waiting for a permission from the nav console that didn't exist. Whereas, in all other cases that have gone up to a derelict ship, the person on the ship was like functionally a squatter, not a captain. And therefore, I didn't need permission, because it was still salvage. So that's why that happened. If I was to guess. Alright, we are connected. Me, suit, helmet, grab the nav station, and pull it on over. There might not be flooring for me to do a nav station, we'll see. And then her, same deal. And grab the thruster. So what I might want to do... Yeah, I will put the nav console like in the same position that I had installed it on the other ship, which is here. But I'm going to want to cluster all of my electronics close to one another because I don't have, obviously, conduit running throughout this ship. There is a lack of it. So I'm just going to drop the thruster and grab the next thing with her. So... Do I have a spare suit? Oh, oh my god, I bought a suit and I have a spare suit sitting on the thing. That was dumb. And we're going to plug all the holes. How much to repair this ship? Limp back to the station or make it pressurized and nice and sell. There's the two options. Do the bare minimum or make it, like, okay-ish. So you guys can choose. Alright, I want the battery. And then what's on the dolly? Before I oh, that's where my aux tank. Okay, cool. I found it. It was on the dolly. The thing is, when I put it on the dolly's graphics didn't update. Like, it had stuff on it, so I should have assumed it was on the dolly, but yeah, it was stealth on the dolly. All right, so there's my nav. Intake will be... let's do thrusters first. Thruster, I'll put... I don't know. There's so much trash here, I need to clean it all up. So I maybe want the transponder right there, and then the battery next to the transponder. And then I'll do, like, dual thrusters, like the other one. So you auto task and keep repairing, and you bring that battery over. And install it right there. All right, let's go grab the nitro can. Drop. And then I want the dolly. Because when I strip a ship of parts... Oh, why is there a flask? Did she drop her flask? Did I drop my flask? I don't remember dropping the flask, but let's grab the flask. Is she getting better in suit? Maybe a little bit. Alright, so the dolly has a flask. Oh, it's my flask. I threw my own flask out. Cool. I'm collecting all the loose parts here, and I'm gonna put it somewhere. I'm just gonna clean up, like, all the garbage. So the trash here I can just jettison. Serve no purpose, and it only sells for like a penny. And then everything else I'm just gonna collect for repairs. Oh, this also has a thruster. I mean, it's broken, but we could probably repair it pretty easy. So maybe I'll put the other thruster opposite that one and hook them up with wires. There's some walls here. Oh, hold on. Definitely install floors below walls. So let's go for floors first. That's a wall, that's a wall, that's a wall. Oh, they're all walls. Okay, never mind. I'll need to go salvage some floors. So, transponder. And she just auto task repair stuff. Looks like you guys want me to, like, make it nice to sell. Copy that. All right, next thing we need to be able to limp to the nearest wreck is thrust and intake. So I want... move this out of the way. Or to put my RCS intake here so it doesn't block walking. So we can move around the ship, because that's really useful when you're trying to repair it. So this N2 can goes here. And then we need to power it up. So I'll uninstall this conduit and move it over to there, because that's the power spot. Okay, so this thing now has intake, but no thrust. I could put So one thruster is here. I could put the other thruster here. That makes sense. Done. So now we have nav, battery, fuel, thrust. We can move. All I need to do is decouple from my primary ship. And then put that primary ship in some sort of holding pattern. Ideally, what I would do is put the primary ship in holding pattern and then move the crew back. So that I'm going to do that now. So while she's like repairing stuff, I'm going to go undock. Undock. Back up a little bit so there's no collisions. Got it. Click on the K-leg. Match speed. So that my relative velocity to K-leg is stationary, meaning I don't drift away into the nowhere land. Done. And then switch to the medic and trooper and go pick my crew up. Oh, we are good and spinning. That is nauseating. So now, with the trooper... Oh, I don't have an antenna on this thing. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to loot one. Okay, let's stop spinning the let's pull the audience, because I'm not gonna be able to park anything with it going all interstellar on me. Come on, zoom all the way in. I want to stop it rotating when I'm actually facing the thing. Alright, so medic and trooper. Let's line up on it. A little bit. Oh, overshot. Good enough. Switch again. And I think in this case, I need to, like, ask myself for permission, which is weird. Docking clearance granted. Switch back. Because I'm trying not to move the let's pull the audience ship, because it's stationary in relation to the K-leg. So it's I don't want it moving around. I just want to pick my person up. Which I could have used the ferry service, but that's like expensive, especially given that I'm like less than a kilometer away from either ship. And it's probably a little bit unnecessary to go through this level of caution to make sure you don't, like, ditch your ship, but you can, if you're not careful in this way, have your primary ship drift so far away from K-leg that it's like a marathon to go get it back, which is a big old downer. We have water, we have food. I'm not going to worry about rest, because we have a lot of work ahead of us. Even though we're both a little drowsy, it doesn't matter. Alright. Now I've joined, so I'm going to auto-task. And then you are going to... Ooh, you know... I'm going to risk going antennaless. We might get fined for it. I should have grabbed an antenna. I didn't remember to. We are licensed, just without an antenna. Okay. So let's head over to whatever this is. I don't have an antenna, so it's the golden whatever it was. And we are so knocked max throttle that I knocked myself off my own feet. Because I'm super... I was pulling super G. Greater than 1. There we go. So let's be a little bit more gentle on the throttle. Tracking mode self. Medican trooper lining up on whatever this salvage rig is. Even lower. I want to accelerate real gentle, like, let's do 0.25 G or so, because I don't want to like throw myself around. I'm not sitting. If you're sitting in a seat or lying in a bed, you don't get like tossed around and get injured. But if you accelerate too much, ouch. So I'm going to have to accelerate gently and decelerate gently because I don't have jump seats or beds to use. So I'll go up to 100 relative velocity so we can actually get there. All right, there we go. So we've got 18 minutes. Let's use them by repairing what we can. I think that, like, repair 9x9 is a bug. It's just a relic from when I was doing it before. That was scary for a minute. Alright, let's start with the deceleration burn. Now I'm only moving at 50, which is fine. I could have parked it on the flotilla, yeah. True. And then there'd be no risk of having float away, because it's parked. It's a little bit of a risk here. If I wanted to go with the flotilla, it would have added like another 25 minutes to the ordeal. Whereas here, it's like there, it's broadcasting, it has an antenna, I know where it is. I'm still 15 kilometers out, so I'll just keep repairing. It's too bad that there's no mother or like carriers where you can dock a ship on a ship. Maybe sometime in the future. All right, here we go. Hail ship. The BK3SZ, and all it really needs, honestly, is like floors and walls, which every derelict has. I'm not ideally like an antenna would be great, but floors and walls, everything has, you know, all ships have. So I should be able to salvage the parts that I need to get my own ship up and running. And we're doing a nice, slow, and easy parking job, because I'm not slamming on the brakes, because that would hurt me. Was this one that I considered if I ever had the cash? Maybe, I don't remember. Sorry. After streaming for 12 and a half hours, your memory kind of goes. I'm not able to park very far out, though. So I think this is a small ship. Yeah, it's a D000 medium, or D00 medium. It should have what I need, though. So, I'm going to leave her to repair. My main character is better in suit ops, so he'll move around faster. So I'm going to pick up the dolly and head to... Oh boy, this is a micro ship. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Head to the micro ship and start stripping out floors. Yeah, I wouldn't want this. But it's fine. Okay, so drop the dolly. And the best way to do this is... And actually, she might come with too. So I'm going to go to orders. First thing I want is floors. And I'm going to go uninstall. And it's easiest to uninstall all the same type of floors, because as soon as it's different type of floors, when you go to install it, you have to do, well, you can just say like install floor, but it, you know, in terms of ease, all the same types of floors makes it a lot easier in the long run. So there's a bunch of flooring that we're going to strip out. Auto task. So here, she came over too, because ordering issues like this is higher than just general restoration. There is some O2 cans and pumps, which I can make use of, trying to pressurize the cabin. So now I want the dolly. And it's easiest to pick up the flooring. The flooring will stack 5 apiece. Walls only stack to 1. Floors you can put in your like backpacks. Walls you have to drag individually, which is why the dolly is amazing. Because the dolly will allow you to move 16 walls, whereas without a dolly you can only move 1 wall at a time. Massive difference. Now I want her to go back to auto task work. I'm going to shove her onto the ship because she's kind of like floating around not knowing what to do. So she is now repairing the ship I want to get working. Whereas my other character has collected, or is in the process of collecting all the floors that I want. Yeah. And then I go install them to try to fill in all the gaps. It would be nice if there's a light to get a light on, though. I didn't notice any light here, but I forgot to put light on the shopping list. Let's go ahead and drop the dolly. Put the floors in my backpack, as floors are easier to move around. And start to install floors where they're needed. Now you can issue installing floors, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So some of these walls are like broken too. So there's like a broken floor here, which I might have the materials to patch. But if you wanted to install them from scratch, these are Ryoka F01 floors. So you go to install, haul, you find the floors that you have. Or you could just go, hey, put floor down. Both work. So if you want to do a design, you can be specific. If you don't want to do a design, you can be like, hey, floor please. And your character will deliver the floors and then install them where they're needed, as you can see. So it allows you to do like big batch jobs quickly. Issuing orders in this way. So you guys wanted me to make this airtight. That's what I intend. And I'm repairing up the broken walls with some stuff that I have. All right, the next spot is here, these holes. So I'm going to do the batch install floors because it's just going to be easier. It might not be a perfect copy of what the other ship has, because I have finite materials available to me, and honestly, really poor vision. Like, I can't see really what's going on here. Okay, auto task that. And now I'm delivering the floors, and then we're both going to install them. Hey Max, thanks for the resub. So you can kind of see how it's reasonable to piece a ship back together. It's the game does make it not super labor intensive. And we can count roughly how many floors are missing and then go fetch said floors. So it's not going to be a perfect copy of my original ship because I'm not going to go to that level of effort. I'm not paid for a perfect replication like it's a museum piece. I just want it worthy of moving around or whatever. Okay, so here's the number of floors that, like, I lacked. So let's scoot on over and queue up some more uninstallations so that I can put the floors in on the other vessel. Making very much like a 50% ship of Theseus type deal. Now, if you queue it up like this, what ends up happening often is it will, like, uninstall one, move it over, uninstall one, move it over. So that's why I use the dolly for batching, because your characters aren't great about batching. And that's what's happening right now. I mean, they're still being productive, so I'm not going to stop them, but there is definitely a better way to do this. So another way to do this is to cancel the floors here so that we can batch uninstall up there. So I'm going to move my character up here and auto task, where I batch uninstall them, stick them on a dolly, and then drag them over. So that we don't have to do so much back and forth. Right, Megan, you get back to work restoration. And then me. Because they're floor tiles, I can stick them in my backpack. If they were wall tiles, I would go get the dolly. Alright, so here's the airlock. I'm probably not going to have a nice door or whatever, because I don't have doors available to me. So I'm just going to do, you know, like, kind of the bare minimum. That. Are you repairing the airlock, man? I want you putting the floors in, dude. Yeah, okay. I'm now flooring now. Then the next piece of this is to inspect the walls that do exist. Because just because there's walls in place doesn't mean they're not full of holes. And to patch said holes. So there's 3 walls missing here. There is some free-floating walls here, so I'm going to patch these 3 holes with the walls that already are loose. Because that's easy. I'll just drag them in place. And then we'll need to start stripping walls out of the other ship to actually have this be airtight. But yeah, I mean, it's already looking a lot more like a ship, right? That's what's pretty cool, is it doesn't take a ton of time to make it look ship-like. And you can see how fast your repairs take place, especially with multi-crew. Multi-crew does make a big difference. Okay. So, at this point, we need like 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, this is some broken walls. I'll repair those. I don't have scrap aluminum. Alright, so what I will do in this case is I could patch if I had patch kits, but I'm just going to scrap it entirely because I have raw material on the other ship. And I would rather not have a hole in the wall, because if it's not airtight, like these aren't, as soon as you go to make it air, you know, as soon as you go to fire it up, you're going to bleed whatever atmo you put into it. No good. Same with the floors that are underneath it. Because I have spare floors, I'm going to just scrap the floor, take the raw materials, and then put a new floor down. So the scrap will yield trash, but then it sometimes also yields building material. So in this case, it yielded like small mechanical parts or carbon fiber, which can be useful for future patching. All right. I'm not too worried about the conduit, because you can be lacking conduit and still be airtight. It's mostly the floors and the walls. So we have both of these are now floored. All right, so let's go ahead and batch the wall uninstalls. Order walls. Uninstall. And there's probably enough walls in this derelict to you know, get what we need. Oh, I'm on the wrong dude. Why aren't you uninstalling these walls, though? Auto task. There we go. Usually when you auto task, it like queues you up for tasks for the ship that you're on. And it's weird because both of these ships are like hollow husks that aren't really ships. But technically we're in with the zone of one ship or the other, the sphere of influence of one ship or the other. So when I'm doing this, I need to, you know, think about that like that. Okay, let's put Megan back on this ship to fix whatever there is to fix. And then Rad, grabbing the dolly and grabbing those walls. So I got 16 of them now. And you can queue it up to be batched. But I do find in the case of walls, because they have to be dragged around and they're slow, that putting them in manually makes a wee bit more sense. Just because it's really slow to do otherwise. I'm going to just stop the conduit repair here because it's blocking my line of sight. So there's a broken thruster there. So actually, this thruster is kind of a weird spot. Oh, I get it. Because the thruster's there, I have to uninstall the thruster to put the wall down. Because they can't, the thruster gets installed on a wall. So let's pick that thruster up and move it. I might at some point, oh, drop the dolly. I might at some point want to repair it if I have the materials. Pick the dolly back up. And let's put walls down. I just made it nuts. No, it's still going to be symmetrical. Okay, cool. We have that weird, like, pump and CO2 can that I'm going to remove at some point. No, it would have been really nice if I, like, had that pleasure yacht and I could install, like, the very fancy floor. I mean, it wouldn't be a huge price difference, but that would have been cool to do. Are you actually working here? I think this one bugged out. Yep. I didn't see any, like, work progress. Oh, we almost have exactly... Do I have exactly the correct... No, I'm down one extra wall. We needed 17, I had 16. Pretty close! And then I'll double inspect it to make sure that all the ones that are there are indeed airtight. What's still on the dolly right now? It has a tarp, but it's empty? Okay, that makes sense. Totally does not. Oh, right, there's the 3-wall spot on that side. True. Alright, let's get that patched too. I would have noticed during the inspection that it had a giant hole in it. But it's getting enclosed-ish. And then there's plenty of good conduit still. In the salvage ship that we're scrapping to be able to wrap the frame in conduit too. And then it's just a matter of setting up the pumps and sensors so that it becomes airtight. Oh, I didn't finish the installation. Oopsie poopsie. Oh, she's doing it. Okay, that's fine.
Thank you for watching Ostranauts, which originally streamed live as a marathon December 21st and December 22nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind this streamed once as a marathon and this episode was cut from it, so feedback cannot be incorporated. And also, no spoilers please, so please keep them out of the comments. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, people that participated within the marathon, and also viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Ostranauts.